A dramatic scene unfolding in court today as lawmakers for President Trump try to keep his taxes out of the public eye. Today, the attorneys urged a federal appeals court in New York to block prosecutors from getting access to Trump's taxes and company business records. This is a case that could soon end up before the United States Supreme Court. And interestingly, this 2016 quote from President Trump's campaign came back up in court today.
The people, my people are so smart. And you know what else they say about my people? The polls. They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
CNN's Athena Jones is with me now, along with Harry Litman, who's a former U.S. attorney. You listened to this testimony today. Tell me exactly what happened, Athena.
Well, this is all about a fight, as you say, over Trump's tax returns, tax records, 8 years of records that were subpoenaed in August by the Manhattan DA, Cyrus Vance. Now, Trump's side argues that they shouldn't have to comply with the subpoena because President Trump, as president, has absolute immunity. And what was interesting here is you saw that clip played from the campaign where then candidate Trump says that he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue, not lose any supporters. That very idea was brought up by a Manhattan DA, by attorneys for the Manhattan DA's office, saying, okay, so if you have this scenario, are you arguing, if you say the president is absolutely immune from prosecution, are you arguing that he could actually shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and nothing could be done about it? And sure enough, Trump's lawyer responded, that is correct. That is their position. So that was very interesting. There were a number of points that the judges challenged the Trump side on. They appeared very skeptical about this idea that he could block the subpoena based on this idea of absolute immunity. And of course, the lower court rejected that idea. They dismissed the Trump case that was trying to block the subpoena, saying that it's not unconstitutional. They excoriated that claim. They said it was repugnant. They said it was an overreach of executive power. So it looks like there's a lot of skepticism for that point of view. We should remind our viewers, though, that this is all about those payments, those hush money payments to the former porn star Stormy Daniels. State prosecutors want to know if the Trump Organization, which is based right here in New York, filed false business records to cover up those payments. And so these tax returns would be part of that. That is what this all goes back to. As you said, both sides recognized a number of times in these proceedings that the next step for this is going to be the Supreme Court. One side or the other is going to appeal whatever the decision is going to be, and that we expect that process would be fast-tracked as well. But again, this is all about whether the president is absolutely immune from prosecution.
Okay, absolute immunity. Harry, to you, and you heard Athena reporting out what exactly, this line we, of course, everyone remembers from the campaign about I could shoot anyone on Fifth Avenue and you'd still, vote for me. Then the fact that the defense attorney said, well, yeah, he wouldn't be in trouble. I mean, what did you think of the attorney's response, the Trump attorney?
It's amazing. I mean, you took this apocryphal claim and they put it to him and he said, yep, that is correct. And he wasn't speaking to the Second Circuit. He's going to lose this case and he's going to lose it in short order. This is a claim they want to preserve for the Supreme Court, but it's as broad as can be. One person in the entire United States cannot even be investigated or looked into. That is the president. The chief judge presiding said, look, can't we think of this in narrower terms? All the DA is asking for is a third party, not Trump, his accountants to produce records. Do we have to do any more than say that now? And you can expect the opinion to issue on those grounds. But you can then expect Trump to appeal to the Supreme Court, where they've reached an agreement, as Nina says, to do it in a fast-track fashion, and taking this broad, absolute position. We can't be even looked into, no way, no how. The Department of Justice will try to temper that a little and say you have to make a preliminary showing. That will be their claim in the petition to the Supreme Court.